All right, welcome back, people. Uh, on the last time in Yakuza 5, we completed the sub stories, the remaining sub stories for Shinada. And the standout one was Daddy Papa. Of course, it was Lady Gaga. Reference to Lady Gaga. And Miki. Yeah, Miki-chan's jobs. Where she works at a public bathhouse. But cleaning bathhouses. Not doing that stuff that Shinada was sussy about. So, and then we started working on his master character, which is Igarashi, his middle school baseball coach. So where are we now? We just did the UFO catcher for that, like, inserting thing, right? And, like, inserting the little, like, stick handle to push the panel. Let's head back there. I think that's what we were doing. We're almost to the mechanics side of things, all the mini games. Hey, Silver. Howdy, howdy. So now, for this one, let's see what our next task is. I keep thinking that's the door. This door. Alright. So let's see what the coach has us do. Oh, that's right. That's what we needed to do. We need to find a food that's rich in anthocyanins. A food that's rich in anthocyanins. I remember like berries and stuff, but is there something in Yakuza that has anthocyanins? Uh, hmm. All this the unfortunate part about this training is it's like improving his batting thing, but we kind of already did all the batting thing without any of these things. Anthocyanins. My only thought would be the cafe, and we just eat like a dessert with berries in it, whatever berry dessert there is. So let's go look at that. Is the cafe even here? Oh, there is one. No, I forgot. Wait. Oh wait, I need this. I need XP. He's not level 20 yet. Yeah, man. Only 30%. I actually, I don't even think we are 30%. That somehow missed him. Wait, what's going on? Oh, I was like, did the hitbox just disappear on the blade? What's going on here? And that's gonna take some time to get used to. Yeah, you better be sorry. You got turned around here. So, it's probably a strawberry parfait is the only thing I can think of right now. Yeah, I can eat. Yeah, strawberry is the only thing I see here. And I have to eat and drink every single item again, too? Oof. I have to find ways to just keep on. We'll bootstrap through a lot of these. Get some fast points. Akiyama and Haruka sub-stories are today. The last two of theirs. And we might... I mean, we might shelve Amon until... we can probably take on Amon. Only normal, right? Should finish all the training, maxing our characters. That's a requirement. Back, coach. Ah, yes. Well, did you manage to eat food with anthocyanins? I did. It certainly was a challenge, but I managed somehow. Good. That should have improved your dynamic visual acuity. Remember, your ability to focus and see pitches as they were suspended in time. That ability should be more pronounced now. Oh, that thing. Yeah, I'll definitely give that a try. I'll go eat some more anthocyanins too. That's not how that works, you pep. That's gonna improve my vision, right? I highly doubt that. Why? Training isn't that simple. This time, your that's a fourth wall break. This time, your dynamic visual acuity was improved using a certain form of nutrition, but don't expect that to happen every time. Anyhow, if you want to enhance this ability further, come see me again. Alright. Yeah, that doesn't really help. We're maxed, because we just went straight into the side stories. I'm here, coach. Train me up. Okay. Oh, you're back again. Alright, let's not waste any more time. I'll have you hone your dynamic visual acuity even further. Joy. Oh, like the time you made me eat anthocyanins, like 5 minutes ago. What should I do this time? Hit the town and go scarf down some chicken. Chicken? I should be eating more protein now? That's alright. Chicken is ideal for its ample amount of animal protein. Plus, Nagoya is famous for the stuff. You can get to eat well and you gain the benefits of training. Isn't that a win-win situation? It's a deep cut, but yep. It would be if I didn't have to pay for it. That's a nice point. Did I mention you have to try at least 3 different restaurants? You can't just go to one place and expect to learn everything. Yeah, I only have one place in mind. No, why not? Every restaurant prepares and flavors their food differently. Nutritional intake varies with the cooking method, temperature, added ingredients, and so on. Fair enough. This training also makes you locate good restaurants. That alone should improve your attention and mental strength. Fair point. You really think so? Well, I'm not one to argue. Then I'm off to find the tastiest chicken in town. You do that. Get some nutrition into you. Good nutrition into you. Alright. I only know one place, but I guess we just visit a random place. Visit all the places and look at the menu. Because... Oh, wait. He said restaurants. So the place I'm thinking of isn't even a restaurant. I guess we're just gonna see them. Not Cafe Alps, of course. I guess let's go here to Daruma. We need to get injured though in this game. Our hunger gauge is also our stamina gauge in the old school ways of things. So we gotta get into a scuffle. Need someone to tussle with. Tussle. Figures. When you want someone to tussle with. Oh, here you go. Oh, okay. Just one. Oh, we can enjoy this track. One of my favorite background tracks while this guy tries to hit me. This track bops so hard. All right, we're back to the standard riff. You've got your time in the sun, my friends, my fellow Morishita. Now we clean house. Perfect background music to enjoy while waiting. Alright. Let's see your chicken dish, my friend. Oh wait, yeah, it's the hot wings place. It's a chicken wings place. Of course Daruma would be the place to get chicken. Oh, and you need to drink all the drinks too. Sochu and tomato juice highball. That kind of reminds me of a Bloody Mary. I wonder how close it is to a Bloody Mary. Sochu with soda water and fresh tomato juice? Interesting. Huh. Should try that sometime. Any chicken dish, I suppose. Whoa. Deep fried chicken cartilage? That sounds amazing. All of these feel. Oh no, we should stick with. No. That sounds delightful. All right. That's one down. I hope that counted. Now we gotta. Was that what we found out what MAKU's having in the future? I love cartilage. Cartilage is amazing. Or when you go and get pho from your local Vietnamese place, I generally have like the mixed collagen one. Absolutely love that. And I'm a tripe person. I do like my tripe. What is up with that leopard? What the heck is up with your outfit, my dude? Alright. We're basically just standing here and having them beat us up. Because we need room in our stomach. That's how real life works, okay? When you get beat up, it works up with appetite, you know? I would have been a more healthy weight kid if that was the case. Getting beat up makes you eat more. Come on, guys. Guys, stop. Stop clinching. For once, I don't want you to clinch. I just want you to hit Shinada. We're trying to make room in our stomach. That guy just whiffed. Without moving. Alright. No more clinching. Just hitting. This brings back like the old school movies. The old school movies where like the tough guy is trying to like iron body himself, and he just gets his like his students to hit him as hard as possible. Soon we're gonna play the role of a detective, so I'm excited. Yesterday we concluded Kiryu Saga, like the story portion, up to date. We're finally we know everything there is about the Kiryu Saga, except for these last couple subsets. So there's still a few more. There's still like 6, but more or less we officially concluded the Kiryu Saga. And so we're gonna start Yagami. I think the guy's name is Yagami. Is either Yagami or Yagumi? I don't know yet, but we'll then assume the role of a detective. Oh no. Not like I totally lost track of myself. I needed to go in the restaurant. Wait, I think he has a throw that hits more than one person. Hold up. I'm pretty sure I just got it. Is it this? That was not it. Guys, please. Yeah, the one downside about Shinada is he can't easily hit more than one target unless he has a weapon. It has to be like a big weapon, like a pole. We don't have a pole that has unlimited durability. And they don't really do that much damage either. The good weapons all have like durability limitations. And doing things like this requires a lot of durability. Come here. Wait, did someone just call backup off screen? Okay, never mind. In this game, they can call reinforcements. Okay, so let's walk over here and see if they have a chicken dish. Where's the entrance? Oh. Kaburaya? Kaburaya? Wow, that's kind of hard to say. Okay, guess we're drinking Hulk Sochu. Okay. Seafood. Oh, here's some chicken wings. Got any other chicken dish here? My pal, my buddy, my dude. No, just a fried batsaki, chicken wings. All right. Wait. Can we eat more than one dish? We still need to eat one more dish somewhere else though. His health bar is really tiny as well. He's the only one that can eat in this location. So we need to eat every item. Like this is the Steam achievements required us to 100% the game. So this, we're at 29.91%. And I double checked the time. It's 108 hours right now. Okay. So what about this restaurant across the street? Uh, and they all have alcoholic beverages too, which is rough because we need a way to sober up as well. Maybe? Isakawa? I don't remember this place having a chicken dish, but let's see. Got the drink again. You can just... Oh, you can have a turmeric drink here to sober up. Wait, I'm pretty sure this sobers you up. If it's supposed to do what it's supposed to. Turmeric drinks tend to help with sobering. You have a chicken dish? Oh, here's one. Hokkaido Shiretoko chicken nanban? Nanban? Looks delicious. Made with thigh meat. Excellent. Shiretoko Hokkaido and paired with raised in Shiretoko Hokkaido and paired with a hearty tartar sauce. Tartar sauce. It's kind of funny, like I think of tartar as in like the dish instead of saying tartar, which is the keikona. The keikona inside of me. Maybe that counts? Oh, maybe every restaurant has a chicken dish, is what he's saying. Yeah. I have a feeling every single restaurant that is unique to Nagoya. Nagoya. And Keikona. Nagoya. Has a chicken dish. And it would just go to 3 different restaurants. It is their specialty, according to the coach. And I clearly am still having problems recognizing the building. Alright. Put me in, coach. I'm back, coach. Ah, Shinada. Did you go eat some chicken dishes? Sure did. And chicken at least 3 restaurants, just like you said. Good. Your dynamic visual acuity should be better. You'll be able to see the ball in motion with better clarity. If only it worked that way. I sure hope so. Gotta test it out next time. Oh, and if I want to keep improving my vision, I should keep eating more chicken? No, I'm afraid it doesn't work that way. There you go. Another 4th wall break. Knew it. Consider this an akin to laying down the foundations of a building. The nutrients found in chicken are the basis for further growth in your abilities. Next time, I'll teach you that training method. Cool. Neat. Let's do it. Here I am for training, coach. Good. Let's get to it. What were we going to do? Improve your dynamic visual acuity? How many times are you going to say that, man? Say DVA. That's not a thing. But, like, the abbreviation, the acronym for dynamic visual acuity. That's kind of like me making up all the words that I say all the time. I make up phrases like that all the time, too. Like, what does that actually mean? Gotta describe it. Yes, something about getting nutrition and building a foundation. That's right. By getting the nutrition one needs, the benefit of training become more pronounced. As such, proper nutrition is essential to improving dynamic visual acuity. Okay. So, what should I do? Hold your horses. You should know, this will be your final training session. Huh? This is it? That's right. This last training will bring your batting skills up to where they need to be. After that, there's nothing more for me to teach. I see. Well, what's the final training you have for me? He's supposed to be like a Mr. Miyagi type. Like there was some strong dialogue when they first met that would suggest it's a little slight side homage to the Mr. Miyagi. Okay, go sea fishing. Nagoya's wharf will do. Sea fishing. Nope, never mind. I've decided nothing surprised me anymore. Why that though? Get you to focus. When sea fishing, concentrating on the movements of your catch is absolutely paramount. Lest your line be broken. The fish are also more powerful. Some of them you'll have to battle for quite a while before you can really reel them in. Yesh, sounds intense. As it should be. You need stamina to win a battle of endurance. That's why I've been telling you to get the fundamental nutrients you need. Okay. I'm sorta convinced. See? I've thought your training through. Alright then, coach. Off to rough and stormy waters I go. Hold on. You need to catch a marlin. Understood? Does it have to be a marlin? Of course. Did you think you could just snag a goby and be a goby and be done with it? A marlin is the pinnacle of pristine power. Pristine? I don't actually... I haven't ever pronounced that word. Piscine? 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 What the freak? Alright, hold up. I know what it means, but I haven't ever pronounced it out loud.
Piscine.
Really? Piscine? Alright, fine. Piscine power and endurance. It'll take you all to land one. Got it. Then I'm gonna reel me in the biggest marlin you ever saw. Alright. You heard the man. I wonder if I can buy better rods or something. I don't think there are better rods in this game. Oh, but I do have something though. Wait. I do have I have an angler's... I have an angler's hook that may help out. Wait. The save point. Oh. Old school layout. Wow. That guy had trouble running, that's for sure. The old school layouts. Okay. Oops. I think I still need bait in this game, so... Oh, I took off the bead because I needed to battle to get XP. The coach doesn't give us actual XP. We do need to fish anyways. We need to catch all the fish. It was an angler's hook. I could have sworn there's an angler's hook or something. Oh, there it is. Wearing it is supposed to increase your odds of catching fish. Oh no, but I don't know if this is if it matters what type of fishing. I guess we'll find out. Now we need bait. Oh, I think in this game they actually place the vendor They placed the vendor next to the place. Well, let's go. Whoops. That's gonna cost me 2 load screens. Yep. At least it's different from accidentally getting on the wrong plane and ending up in another country, you know? Video games. Although then in IRL you have a chance to change your mind when you make the wrong decisions. Alright. So Nagoya's Wharf. Oh, this place. Alright. By the way, if you don't have any bait, I'll sell you some. Yeah, here it is. The bait guy. That fishing rod is his, but you're more than welcome to use it. Alright, fair enough. Alright, let's get some... Oh, we can sell the fish. Oh, that's a dramatic improvement over so let's see all the ranges of these things. Lobster is 2K each. Alright. Let's test out all the bait ranges. They might have changed slightly. Alright. I only did this once. It was with Kiryu's sub-story. Introducing fishing. And we failed miserably because the mechanics slightly changed from 4 and 3. This time they included both mechanics. Freshwater being the more like the Yakuza 0 mechanic, or like the previous entries, and then or closer to what they preserved in Yakuza 0, the next game. But this is from previous games. This is way back to Yakuza 3. The system with some minor tweaks. Right. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how this works. Okay. Oh, I guess we have to just gonna test this out. I have to go really far. Marlin's probably the furthest out. Yeah, I don't understand. So, oh, I remember now. You can't let it slack too much too. That's what they added to this game. You have to stay like in the middle while you're doing this. Is what they changed too. You can't be too slack and too hard on the string, on the reelin. It can either snap or loosen. Actually, the direction doesn't really change very much. Doesn't really... Yeah, you don't really need to release the slack either. I do like that they moved. I I do like that they moved the gauge on top. A Sebring. Okay. It's not the first two baits. Shrimp works. We can get shrimp all the way out. And I missed. I mean, does it work if... Is it guaranteed to miss if I miss the... Huh, interesting. That's the first time since Yakuza 3 that I didn't land on a fish icon. That was curious. Like, we fished quite a lot, but that was the first time missing the fish icons. When it gets close, you can't like put any more strain on it. So you actually have to be pretty close to the end. Yeah, the end is really weird. Like, you no longer can put any pressure. Like, you can't reel it in anymore. It just stops, and that's what's causing it to miss. I don't understand the end. The end doesn't make sense to me. You stop reeling, so we're gonna have to see about that again. Like, the pressure just stays off. I guess you're supposed to just ham it home using double the speed. So you hold down the RT. Is that what double speed means? So we'll try that. That's an added mechanic that I haven't used yet in this game. So the moment we get into like no, it didn't do anything. Pretty sure I hit RB and the right trigger at the same time. So I guess there's something I don't understand about it. Let me look at the button thing again. There's something that's not explained. Yeah, it's right trigger and RB. I guess you just have to be really close, and it has to be reeled in before the sh- the uh the line goes laxed. That's really obtuse. Uh, there's input delay on that meter. You have to hit it a lot earlier than you think. Oh, okay, maybe I need to pull up. That's probably why. Oh, I think I got it. I think I understand. But I do have to pull back a little bit as it's getting closer to keep it tight. So I can do this. Oh, it's really far. So if I combine both of them. Okay, yeah. If I pull back, it adds even more tension. Okay, fair enough. Now we're gonna try to get the marlin. So shrimp, prawn, and lobster. So shrimp and prawn would be more reasonable per unit. Not that it really matters. That input delay. Alright. That music changed. So this must be it, right? That music changed. It just suddenly got so intense. This is the most intense music, fishing music. Oh, okay. That's a little scary. Holy. And there's the Marlin. Dang. That was a little intense. That was a bit intense. That thing moved like... That thing moved. Yikes. Okay. Alright. Let's head back. We caught the Marlin. Mission accomplished. I think changing the time of day to the morning ideal for that one. Can you yes, thank you. I cannot. Shh. Stealth. Stealth. Oh! Oh, I needed to go the other direction actually. Hold. Easy clap. There it is. Final training. Coach, I did it. I caught a Marlin. Ah, well done. Your dynamic visual acuity should have improved significantly. Especially if your ability to concentrate on pitches will have improved. The length of time the ball appears stationary will be longer. I sure hope so. That was one slippery challenge, and not the kind I'm used to, I'll say. And we did it! Even though we're already capped. So this is it for training, huh? Yes. No, I'm really impressed that you stuck with it to the end. You're my best student after all. Nah, I just did as I was told. You're the one who decided to train me, coach. Heh. You're about the only student who has that sort of attitude. Aw, shucks. You see, I retired because no one was listening to me anymore. Scientific training methods are all the rage these days. People called my ways outdated and gave up on me. But you know, seeing your incredible growth, I've convinced my style wasn't wrong. I feel confident as a trainer again. Then, does that mean what I think it means? Yes. I think I'm going to resume coaching. My retirement's canceled. You're too young to be going out to pasture anyway. I'll stay in Nagoya a while longer, though. I want to see how things turn out for you. Cool. We did it. We passed the 30% mark. Alright. So that's Igarashi. So yeah, Mita still missing. Wait, is Mita different for all the characters? Alright, I just gotta remember 6, right? Alright, we're swapping characters. Now we have Akiyama and Haruka. We like to get all the sub stories except probably Amon. Amon is the last one, traditionally. And we have to prepare all our characters for Amon. I don't know if all my characters are prepared. I wonder where Mita is in Kamurocho. We should do the Kamurocho training. Oh, and we do need to do the Tatsuya training too for each of the locations. Actually, let's quickly go back to Nagoya momentarily. and talk to Tatsuya. Where is Tatsuya? Alright, well first, let's go to Mita. So Mita said, or his assistant said that if you complete the second thing multiple times, you get soul orbs. I also still need XP. We need 13,000 XP. Guess we'll find some doodads. Wait, why is he dressed this way again? What the heck? Why are you dressed this way? What the? What are you doing here, Leo-kun? I thought we made so much progress. You're totally backtracked. Oh, come on. Say something, Leo-kun. How about your girlfriend? How is she doing? Oh, no. He regressed. Silence. What? Blah, blah, blah. Is that all you do? This is why I despise you witless, addle-padded, moronic commoners. Oh, no. He regressed completely. Leo-kun, did something happen with your girl? She dumped me. Aww. That's not the worst of it. It's not? What else happened? Well, we were on a date. Oh no, it didn't resolve well. And here I thought we weren't gonna hear from him until we get to Kamurocho. What? Some scary guy showed up in the middle of your date? That's right. He started shouting, "What are you doing with my woman?" Then he beat the pulp out of me and robbed me blind. The Lassiter. Wait a second. That's one of the oldest scams in the book. What about your new outfit? They took everything, including my clothes and wallet. All my money's gone. It's gone, Shinada. Wow, you literally lost the shirt off your back. Now it's not the time for Japs. Japs? This is why I do not deal with your kind. The shocks made you revert to your old ways. Enough, Shinada. We're resuming your training presently. I thought we were done with all that. Silence. I said it's time for your training, and that means it's time for your training. Once we finish this bout, your service to me is ended. You will do nothing more for me, and if you learn nothing more, so much the better. Is that your idea of training? You witless peasant. If I knocked you senseless, I'll consider this training session a massive success. Eesh. He's even worse than he was before. I'll be waiting here, Shinada. Come on back when you're ready, then keep coming back for more. No thanks. Well, hey, who am I kidding? I'll stop by when I have time. I should help you relieve some stress of yours. Besides, what happened to you is partly my fault, so... Well said, peasant. I'm going to enjoy rearranging your face with my fist. He uses a weapon most of the time, so... I doubt he's going to do it with his fist. But it looks like, the obvious scammer scammed him, unfortunately. That sucks. So he didn't have a happy ending. Yeah, we don't need, we already completed all his, things. He rehabilitated too. Alright, we do need to beat up on these guys though, for XP. No. Oh, does he instantly take someone out if they're in terror? Keeps happening. Huh. Okay, my turn. Or you just block everything. Wow. Why didn't I block his share? How much XP do you get? 2,000? Around 2,000? That's not enough. Alright, let's go to Mita first. What the heck? He reverted back. I feel so depressed. It also gives you a reason, gives him a reason, like a mechanical reason to continue your training or repeat your training, but oh, I can still invest some money, actually. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. So this guy told me if I do the Kamurocho thing again, I get more soul orbs, I think. Let's see. Alright. This is not the most engaging way of training. But we need to find out how to get the rest of the soul orbs. Yep. The jumping, man. Holy heck. Can I guard? I wonder if I can guard the... I can't quick step the little projectiles. I wonder if I can guard the projectiles. The sidekick is the way to go here. The 1-2. Let's see. Nope, can't guard it. Must jump. Yeah, see, you can't even move fast enough. Like, you don't recover from the jumping. You're basically locked into like 6 frames. Oh yeah, that's right. We learned that whoops. We learned that we should use throws to deal the most damage because they guard. Just pick them up and or not. Can I slide from jumping? Yeah, guess that works. Are you seriously gonna throw that off screen? This is the most damage we can do reliably, and then we just back up. Without them having to guard us over and over again. This is more of a time thing than a danger thing. Yep. Nope. Can't hit down. What the? Yeah, they just guard everything. Guard his rush combo. Oh, you can actually, oh, okay. That's so toxic. Yep. Last guy. It's Daigo. Yep, just blocks the entire rush combo. Oh, you... What? Oh, I guess it's just random. Can I pick you up? No, I can't. This is the most reliable. Alright, give me those soul orbs. Right? Got you hold out on me. Congrats on winning that one. Okay. Soul orbs. One soul orb? Ugh. Ugh. That means I have to do what? It 4 times? Ugh. Alright. We'll do that later. Let's try to find Tatsuya. Ugh. I'm not too honestly, let's just find where Tatsuya is located. Wolfers. Where's Tatsuya? Oh, wait. His apartment. I think his apartment was southeast. I mean, yeah, southeast. Yeah, we do have to take out these guys for XP. Wait, hello? Death by cone. Why can I not? What? Wow. That's actually really cool. Oh, this is considered a pole. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. His pipe is considered a pole. Huh. I didn't realize that. Unfortunately, it's only a single. It's only a single targeting ability. I need a multi-targeting ability. Guess I could take out this Victory Road guy for XP, right? And listen to the music. Yeah, this is this character is a callback to Yakuza 3. Hey, you're here. Want a rematch, buddy boy? Yes. He uncapped himself and reached his final form, which is what he did with against Kiryu on the beach of Okinawa. Like 8 years ago. Wait just a hot second. He took off his hat. There it is. I'm back. Charging went on a little longer. Alrighty. It's Hyper Yanashiro time. Alright. All you did was take off your hat. Alright, all you did was take your hat off. Is that all this hyper business is about? Man, and I thought you were at least sharp enough to cut butter. Like I told ya, I'm uncapping my power level. Cap on equals regular. Cap off equals butt kicking hyper time. Huh. Are you alright? Why does everyone keep asking me that? Shut up and fight me. Oh, he brought out his nunchucks too. Are there any weapons around here? There most certainly are. Oh. Well, I certainly can't hit him. Yanashiro is no joke. Oh, but I can use this to my advantage, though. That's right. Get cheesed. Come here. Come here, buddy. Oh! No, we have about equal distance. Aha! Get cheesed! I have more range than you. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, fine. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, your combos are so annoyingly long. Man, you guard so much. Definitely the old school. Yakuza 3 reigns supreme. Oh, I can still do this though. Are you serious? You have all of Kamiyama's sets too? I mean, not Kamiyama. Omaki's guard break too. I'm trying to hit him while he's down, but I guess that's not an option. Fine. Oh, butthead. Oh, holy shikes. You did it. You beat my final form. Hold on. Going hyper Yanashiro takes a lot out of me. Gotta rest, and he just sleeps there. You sure fought a lot harder this time. I don't get how taking your hat off makes such a big difference, though. DBZ. Nah, man, I couldn't beat you even in hyper mode. I'm small time. Maybe I gotta sign up to apprentice with the weapon master dude around these parts. Maybe that'll help me become big time. Oh, oh, that's Ayo no Koji, which is the guy that's reverted back to his old ways. Weapon master. Did you know? Word is there's a top weapon master right here in this city. The enticing scent of his skill is what drew me here in the first place. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna get him to kick my butt until there's nothing left to kick. Then I'll rise from the ashes a new man, the Omega Yanashiro. Okie dokie. Okie. Okie dokie pokey? Catch you later. Strange guy. I hope you make it through the qualifiers. He's talking about Anayo no Koji, which we help out. Ooh, 2000 XP. I'll take it. Looks 7,000 more to go. We're still looking for Tatsuya. And still bashing faces. Oh, bikes. Bikes are not that great in this game because we have weapon skills in this game. And the scaling is like, eh. It's like meh. But there are plenty of bikes though. We're almost at that point where we don't need encounters anymore. Because we can just wear a B to prevent any random encounters. 5,000 XP to go. Did I just see a guy? Just called me a bad name. You? Hey. Yeah. Come here. Trying to monitor how long it takes him to fill up his his climax heat. Oh, it's based on the number of people you take out. Yep. Get up. You only get like 1k for these. It's actually less than 1k. Yeah, it's less than 1k. Oh. Maybe like 1.3? It's a little over 1k. There's Tatsuya. Oh, what am I going to do? I feel like I'm in a minefield. I don't want to take another step. You're looking kind of green. Is something wrong? Huh? I look green. Well, I don't know if... I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but I guess you're okay. So carry on. No, wait. You live around here? You live around here, don't you? I do. But why'd you ask? I'm Tatsuya, the celebrity chef. have my own show on TV. Ring any bells? This guy, after doing some background stuff, this guy's a real celebrity. But since there's some VO. There was one VO. I wonder if he voiced himself. But this guy is actually he's literally a celebrity chef, actual personality on TV in Japan. I'm not sure how international the person is. I haven't come across any of this person's programming. Even being a foodie, I didn't come across him. What? Really? You're someone famous? I wouldn't say famous, but I guess I'm on TV. How cool is that? Then again, I don't watch much TV, so I actually have no idea how cool that is. I'm also wondering what a famous chef would probably want with me. Right, about that. I'm doing a show where I go around helping different eateries around Japan by coming up with a new twist on their local dishes. And he's available to all the characters, so we have to do this for all of the characters. I guess we need to like sample restaurants for him. Probably the 3 unique restaurants that are in each city, not the franchises. I've been trying places that might give me some ideas, but the Nacho's food is so different from what I'm used to. I don't know where to start. Different. Oh, you must mean stuff like super spicy shaved ice. What the? Or red bean paste pasta? Ooh, red bean paste pasta sounds amazing. Super spicy shaved ice. That's intriguing. Very intriguing. Yes, exactly. It's been quite a shock. Everywhere I go, one strange dish after another. Oh, come on now. Not everywhere. Sure, there are places like that, but they're pretty rare. I beg to differ. No matter who I ask on the street, they stare me toward that kind of place. Really? What exactly did you ask them? I said, do you know anywhere that specializes in food unique to this area? There's your problem. If someone asked me that, I'd recommend something a little odd too. Maybe I should rephrase that and ask for places with tasty local dishes that aren't so strange. I'm kind of broke right now, so pricey places are out. But I do know some reasonable ones. Really? Do tell. I'll make it worth your while. Seriously? All I have to do is tell you about them. Count me in. Great, thanks. We have a win-win situation on our hands then. So, what exactly are we talking about here in terms of compensation? Good question. I'll make it worth your while by... Drumroll, please? Come on. Aw, fine. Well, I'll give you Tatsuya's special advice. I'll make your meals that are much more enjoyable. This kind of reminds me of the natural, in Yakuza 3, when you go and hit the gym at Rezap, that nutritionist advice. It's kind of like a mix between what Shinada has here about sports nutrition and stuff, and this guy, and they kind of melded together and became Yakuza 6's Rezap thing. Special advice. What? How to make your life better with money. Without money. With the right attitude, you can change your daily meals into something so much better. Right. Later, pal. No, please. Wait. Don't be like that. If you say you're gonna make it worth my while, you're gonna have to do better than giving me advice, you quack. But you said you help. Count me in. Those were your exact words. Yeah. Fine, fine. I'm a man of my word. Really? Great! Thanks so much. But you better keep your word too and make this worth my while. Don't worry. I got it covered, buddy. Well, I'll be waiting. I'm counting on you. Alright, do we just approach him? This is okay. Be sure to let me know. Don't hold out. So, do I... Do I go to the place? And that's how it works? Alright, I need to get popped. We'll just go to the 3 that we went to. Or like, oh yeah, that's right. We have that ability too. Can you, just tanking everything. Tank it all for the hunger. Oh no, he's doing the full chain, isn't he? Yeah, he's doing the full chain. It takes a little bit. Wow. You just hammered fist that guy's crotch, man. Yikes. Brutal. Alright, let's go to Daruma. Daruma, huh? Oh, okay, yeah, you just have to visit the places. I can tell Tatsuya about it. About this place. Does that mean he just thumbs up? Or do I have to actually eat first? Alright, we'll take the oolong tea. Oolong tea is amazing. And it looks like it's a chilled oolong tea. Does it matter what I eat though? It's Hitsmabushi? Hitsmabushi? The ultimate in eel cuisine. Hitsmabushi. Oh, you get prize tickets too. Now does Tatsuya just go up? Oh, I go to him. He pops up again. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it's a Victory Road guy. Alright, cool. I think these guys are more XP. Man, this track is just so good. Just gets you running, like makes you want to just go for another jog, you know? Jam to this on 24-hour repeat. Or going on a cruise, cruising around in your car. Hey, can you stop ruining? Stop grunting. I'm listening to the song, please. Oh wait, you have to hit me because I need room for eating. One more time. Hey, stop hugging me, please. Alright, 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 alright. Is there a bridge to this song? Yeah, this is the bridge. Get out of my face. Of course they're playing double notes, right? The double strum up down. I like that chord. That chord progression is fantastic. Alright, Tatsuya. Ah, there you are. Find any great places? Yeah, I did. Oh, can I visit all the places first? Which place should I tell him about? Okay, so I could just get all the places. But... oh, and then you take him to it. Okay. It's this way. Follow me. Right behind you. I don't know why I'm trying to make him sound like a Western guy. like a cowboy, but I don't know. Oh, his voice is a lot higher. Oh, this is the place you were talking about. Let's give it a try. Okay. I'll take one. I'll take one, please. Take one what? Okay. What a great aroma. Oh, wow. This is really good. Okay. That's it? Is that... so he's gonna do this 2 times in a row? 2 more times? Oh, that was delicious. And it should really help me come up with ideas for a new dish. Let me give you some advice to thank you for telling me about such a great place. Each dish you eat contains all sorts of ingredients, each one with its own unique flavor, texture, and nutritional content. So, I want to give you some thought to the ingredients being used in this food you eat even before you take your first bite. Then you'll see how cooking is the sum of many parts. Eating is more fun when you understand the special characteristics of your food. That's a deep cut, and I like that. Fair point. Pay attention to stuff like that, and you might end up with something you didn't expect when you eat your meals. You really should give it a try. A lot of that went right over my head. Right over my head. See, I'm happy as long as I get to eat, but I'll think about it. Gourmet in training? What does that mean? Thanks for introducing me to such a great place. It should help me come up with some good ideas. Let me know if you find any other place I should try. Okay, now that you have learned gourmet in training, you can enhance abilities by eating. However, the abilities you learn from Tatsuya only work with food served at eateries. They have no effect when using food items. Okay. You can enhance your abilities by eating. You enhance the following 4 abilities by eating at an eatery. Okay. Health restores health up to the 2nd gauge, right? Yellow. However, the 2nd gauge automatically fills over time. Strength. Bare-handed moves do more damage. Dance battle point. Okay. Focus. Heat gauge stays above a certain level. Fighting spirit. Heat actions do more damage. A character's enhancement status is displayed below the heat gauge on the... okay. Strength, focus, and fighting raise as you eat dishes. But they are reset when the 2nd health gauge is depleted. So keep an eye on the amount left on your gauge. You won't know what ability will rise until you eat something, but that's part of the fun. Go around and try. Second health gauge. What? So how do I... Okay. Oh, it's Shinada all the way at the bottom. Oh my gosh. So there's at least 3 more advice. Okay. Oh, hey, rich guy. Hi. Reflective clothing. Oh! That makes sense now why some of the things I saw had those little bars at the bottom. That's what they mean. The strength, focus, and spirit thing. I see, I see. So I can actually boost myself after getting level 20 because I won't be in combat, so I won't exhaust anything. Yeah, there we go. Hey, friend. It's you with a weird coat again, my friends. Thank you for giving me your XP. It's an entire mechanic of the game that I hadn't even used. Amazing. There's more to this game. It just keeps giving. There's the level up. Come here. Come here. And we're max level now. So now we can, we don't have to get into battles anymore. Yeah, this prevents us from dying, which is kind of... As we say in heat, I don't know how long that he can actually keep up his heat. Ah, yeah, that's okay. So what? We need 2. We need to do that Mita battle 6 times? 7 times total to get all the orbs? Man. Man. Alright, we're wearing our bead. We don't want to get into battles anymore. Accidentally got myself a schedule of waking up in the middle of the night. That seems to work worse than what I did before, which is waking up somewhere around 1 to 3 p.m. or later. Get tired after waking up. Is it possible that I acclimate to it and I'll last just as long as before? That's a tough call right there. Keep a journal, likely. Oh, this is the other restaurant. Kaburara. Kaburara works. I wake up around 1. I wake up around between 2 to 3 p.m. And irregardless of what time I sleep, I wake up at 2 to 3 p.m. still. No alarms, no nothing. It just feels... I become conscious and it's like, it feels like 3 o'clock. And sure enough it is. Korean noodle soup. Noodle salad? Is that like a papaya salad? I mean, Thai is the papaya salad, but what kind of Korean noodles is that? Wow, all this stuff looks absolutely delightful. Oh, so once you try the meal, it tells you permanently what it increases. I see. Can we try multiple things? Okay, so we can have the Nagoya Gachan and something else. Oh, I see the extra bar. Oh. Oh, and it allows you to eat even more. Oh, snap. Oh, now I'm really confused. There's like three colors. All right, let's do the deep fried pork skewers. Let's go with the cheap stuff first. Imo Nechan? Warm sweet potato and ice cream. Ooh. Oh, I know what this is. Saltwater eel bone senbai. Wait, my what the heck? My life bar is like blue now? You get 3 life bars? And then the grill clamp. What's going on? Am I a raid boss now? Oh no. Oh, blue is to color the yellow. Okay, I got it. I understand now. Blue is the color for the second bar's restoration, and green is the color for the first bar restoration. So you have 2 bars. You have a yellow bar and an orange bar. So now you have double bars. And ooh, okay. Let's go back to Tatsuya. We found the second restaurant.
Yeah.
Ah, there you are. Find any great places? Right? Our second place, right? Oh, and then it disappears when we do it. Okay, fair enough. Go. We're just gonna look at what the technique is. Fine.
Hey.
Let's go in.
Itadakimasu.
I don't know if I can mimic that tone. Oh, is she? Oh, this is good. No, that doesn't. I can't. His vocal tone is a little mid. All right, all right. What do you have for me? Give me the advice. What is the advice? Last time I told you to think about different combination of ingredients, but now I want you to think about the person doing the cooking. It's a chef skill that really allows good ingredients to shine through, but there's more to good cooking than that. You can't just pile tasty food onto you can't just pile tasty food onto a plate. There should be a story behind it, or you should try to convey an emotion through it. For example, people like to hear about how you came up with a certain dish, or you can try to create something that makes people smile. You see, when people know there's more to a dish than its ingredients, they'll appreciate it that much more. The chef's story and emotions. I like it. I'll keep that in mind the next time I chow down. Master Gourmet. Thanks for introducing me to such a great place. It should help me come up with some good ideas. Awesome. Let me know if you find any other places I should try. That's kind of like the most enthusiasm I can be. I don't think I'm that great with enthusiasm. Oh, now you have 2 ticks. Oh. So as long as I keep my health up, I get those 2 ticks? I keep those 2 ticks? I don't even know. The stock, when it comes to your sleep schedule, the stock answer, the very safe answer is finding a way to consistently wake up at a designated time and then normalizing your sleep duration to that time. Doesn't necessarily the whole circadian rhythm thing. It is ideal if you wake up during a time that a light is still outside, right? To get like 5 or 10 minutes of sun exposure here and there. Whether through your window or not, you don't have to go out and touch grass, but that's kind of the idea. And then normalize to that time. The fatigue can be a lot of things can explain the fatigue, but generally speaking, developing a consistent sleep schedule is the idea. Not necessarily when the sleep schedule is, for starters, but having a consistent one, I would say, is more encouraged than attempting to time the sleep schedule. Uh, when you am acclimated to developing a consistent sleep schedule when you intend it to, you can then have the flexibility to shift your sleep schedule. So having your taking notes and recording how what works and what doesn't to develop a constant sleep schedule, then you can use those skills to shift your sleep schedule elsewhere. Um, we're finding the third restaurant. I think that's the only restaurant left. Right? We went to here. We went to here. There's there. There's here. Those are all unique. Uh, those are all unique restaurants. We haven't gone to this one. We have two. So it just adds another pip, right? Is that how we're supposed to take this? It just adds another pip. What are these question marks? Like, what the heck? Why are there so many things to learn in this game? Oh, it's just the second. Okay. Unlock the second level of health and use food to boost different. Boost strength, focus. Okay, it just goes to the second level. There's so much upgrading in this. What is this place? Oh no, is this the chicken wing place? Oh no, this is the chicken wing place. The other place is not what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is the one that the sub-story, Mickey's sub-story took place. Yeah. Oh, it does show the whole billboard. I think this is actually a this is a landmark place. Okay. Restaurant number 3. Can we eat anything? I don't know. Yeah. Can't eat anything. We have to take chip damage or buy something that damages us or lowers our stamina. But can we still talk to him about it without having to eat? Find out. You mentioned when you can get some sun. So is it important if it's immediate after you wake up? No, not really. Not particularly. I mean, if you have a window, you know, if you have a window in your room, it's probably just stare out the window for a couple minutes. It's just a time to things. Whether it's you know, it's not a sure thing or anything, but a lot of times, what is really well known is that sun exposure can help time your sleep-wake cycle a bit. So if there's anything that's an incredibly low effort, is the convenience of choosing a time to wake up where you could have sun exposure. For some people who like work night shifts, that might not it would occur later in the day, but sun exposure kind of helps most of the time.
Yeah.
Third place? Sakai no Yamachan. Is that is the title of the restaurant Yamachan Universe? Is that what Sekai, the world of Yamachan? Because Sekai is world, isn't it? Or is it like Yamachan's universe? Yamachan's world? Huh. Pretty nice name. I like it.
このお店ですか。
Let's go in. Give me my skills. Completion points.
それじゃあ早速。おいしいこれ。
Yeah, he has the same voice samples. I wonder if this is the actual guy's voice samples. Because in Yakuza 6, they got one celebrity as well. Paul Lim was in that one. This guy's a celebrity too. Or like a TV personality. Since you introduced me to so many great places, I'll give you advice, right? You know how people say they're full but still have room for dessert? That's because the body is quite an amazing machine. When there's something you really want to eat, it makes a little room for it. Yes and no. You can say the opposite as well. The body feels full and satisfied for quite some time after eating a delicious meal. Eating is a simple yet joyful experience. When people think about the food and the person who made it, a meal seems more satisfying. This is not exclusive to food. Music, anything that deals with your senses. What he's really actually describing is not really like a food thing per se. It's more about invested in emotions and intellectual. So when you invest intellectual currency, I'll just call it currency, intellectual currency and emotional currency, it elevates the significance of any experience tied to your senses. It makes it, your memory becomes more vivid as well, and you are more likely to remember the things. What he's describing is active participation, both intellectually and emotionally. But since he's a gourmand, right? He's a foodie. He's attributing it to meals and describing it in the context of meals. And when that feeling of satisfaction lasts even longer, eating becomes an ever more pleasurable experience. Indeed. Although he's not gonna go into, I don't reckon he's gonna go into what Coach Igarashi said or hinted at, is that meals can be ever more pleasant, or the experience can be ever more pleasant. But if you do it consistently, it is ever more pleasant, but you'll get diminished returns. It'll become more and more complacent. So you will derive more and more pleasure, but it might not feel like more and more pleasure until you do something else and then resensitize yourself, because you become desensitized when you do it too often. I want to use all the advice I've given you to make your dining experience more fun. So I won't be hungry all the time if I enjoy food more. No, it can't be that simple. But let me think about it some more. It really is that simple on paper, but it really isn't that simple in action. Finding a person's willingness to invest additional efforts intellectually and emotionally is exhausting. But with practice, it becomes less exhausting, and you gain more and more, like you become more and more efficient at doing it. And the more efficient you become, the less you feel like you're paying for a certain amount. So like if you input 4, you get out 6. But with more practice, you only input like 2 and you get out 4 over time. But after doing it rigorously, your output also, your output might seem like it diminished. So like over time, you'll be getting like out 7 or 8, but your input gets higher too over time to find more things to appreciate about it. Gingham Gourmets. Does that mean I get 3 pips now? That's about all the advice I can offer. Okay, so it's just 3. The rest is up to you. Just try different things. Food is a very personal thing, after all, so there's a limit to how much anyone can teach someone else about it. That's a fair point. Anyway, now it's time for me to come up with a new dish based on all the info I gleaned from the eateries I visited. Tatsuo's new dish. You can now enjoy Tatsuo's new dish. He will film a show to introduce it, but it's up to you to go find where it's being served. I heard there's a new cafe around here. I'll think of a dish fit for that kind of thing. Well, you've been really helpful. Oh, okay, so that's the 4th skill. And he disappears. Wait, does that mean Inoko Aya no Koji needs to do something? Because he's still there. Okay, so maybe we haven't finished Aya no Koji's storyline. But he mentioned cafe, so we'll stop by the Cafe Alps, maybe? Wow, we got 1% from that? That was really fast. Holy heck. Alright, we're really gaining the percentage. I think we should make an attempt, or I should make an attempt, to average like 5 to 6% a day. Because, okay, so we got the 3, and I'm guessing the 4th is his dish. So let's go to Cafe Alps. That's the only clue we got. And I think I just walked by the cafe. No, I didn't walk by the cafe. Where the heck? Oh, it's over there. I'm still not used to Nagoya. Can't you see I'm walking here? Listen. Listen, you butthead. Alright, you win. Oh, he's standing in front of the place already. Okay. Wait, is that Tatsuya? Tatsuya? Welcome to Tatsuya's 3-minute kitchen hack. Oh, no. Today, we'll be coming to you from Kaneicho, Nagoya. This show is all about having celebrity chef Tatsuya help new and struggling eateries around Japan by coming up with new dishes. In today's episode, we'll be speaking with the manager of Cafe Alps and Kanicho about his new location's difficulties in attracting customers. Really? You're just gonna call him out on that? Please, tell us more about your situation. Yes, well, Cafe Alps is a venerable coffee shop that got its start in Kamurocho. We know that. Kamurocho, Tokyo. But a new CEO was recently appointed. He's pretty ambitious and wants to expand across Japan. He started with Tsukimino, and now there's this Kaneicho location too. Unfortunately, yeah, we saw the Tsukimino location because that's Saijima. Businesses hasn't been very good, but if we have a local dish that the people of Kaneicho liked, maybe we could win over more customers. I see. So you want to attract more customers at your Kaneicho shop by offering a local dish. Well, Tatsu-san, let's hear what you came up with. That looks incredibly amazing and wholesome and delightful. Got some, what looks like, it's like it kind of reminds me of like a curry cross with a bolognese with pasta noodles, diced cherry tomatoes, hard-boiled eggs, Hard to tell. I can't. I'm not the best at telling between the difference between cilantro, parsley, and basil leaves. Looks like there's sweet corn in the sauce. Huh. That looks delicious. Oh, it says the dish. Never mind. The dish gives it away. The dish name. I didn't even realize there was a dish name on the bottom. Okay, wait for it. I'm calling my new dish bolognese uh, ankake. Spaghetti with hancho miso. Oh, okay. I see. Wow, that's really exotic. Holy heck. You've done it again, Tatsuya-san. Could you tell us a little more about your new creation? Sure. Nagoya is known for its miso and ankake, spaghetti. So I thought, why not combine the two for a bit of fusion magic? I use ground chicken and hancho miso to create a bolognese-style ankake sauce. I also add burdock to subtly ramp up the flavor factor. Fair enough. Then there's the flavorful heat of the aged broad bean chili paste. Oh, okay, that's why it kind of looks thick, viscous. I add along with domestic beef fat to make it even richer. That's that sounds amazing. The people in Nagoya are going to eat that up literally. How did you ever come up with such a masterpiece? Well, I might never have it if it weren't for the eateries a certain someone introduced me to. And there you have it, another hit dish courtesy of Tatsuya-san. Bolognese ankake spaghetti with hancho miso. What a name. That just rolls right off the tongue. It's now available anytime right now. We hope our viewers will give it a try. Until next time, bon appetit. There you go. That's it. That's the dish. Bolognese, bolognese ankake spaghetti with hancho miso. I will not, for the life of me, ever remember these dishes, unfortunately. Those names are very hard to remember. I need to get injured to eat. I don't know if it gives me a new skill or not. So, you know what? We need to go to a convenience store. We need to know if... What's a good way to create hunger is what I want to know. Is there like a cheap item that I can... Is there like a cheap way? Nope. I have to go to the drugstore and use the classic. Alright. I thought that maybe like you could eat a worm or something like in Yakuza 3, but we don't have like a fresh source of worms. I know how that sounds. So just a mechanic thing, okay, guys? So we need to find a drugstore. Alright, there's Osumi. And we have to take some laxatives. Gotta rely on the ye olde classic laxatives. More or less the Epicac. I need to empty my inventory too, because we're using the old school inventory. Too much space. So actually, I kind of want to take the pipe back. Apparently, there's... Oh, I mean, it's literally called a sturdy pole. Why didn't I make that connection? I thought it was a pipe. Okay. So we can use the climax heat. Not that it's all that great, but... Alright, drugstore. Stock up on some, How much do they
いらっしゃい
cost?
ませ。
Is it cheap? We probably need this too. The hangover, the hangover medicine. Oh, it's really cheap. Cool.
ありがとうございました。
The app stim. Just pump out our stomach. Get a instant stomach stump. I don't know why, but it reminded me of being confused in Dark Soul by a long katana being called a washing pole. Absolutely. Absolutely. This game has like items that is this a pole or is this a one-handed weapon? Or is this a one-handed katana? And some katana uh are like poles, but are they both? That happens quite a lot. And in this game it actually does matter because for him his weapon skills are dependent, and then they have weapon skills in this game. So they decided to make weapons level up based on usage. There's just so much going on in this game to the point where when I mean so much going on for the core combat, the combat systems have a lot going on. Typically, now the current game, the combat has been streamlined so that it's all in one, right? And it's all one character. But there's no multiple layers of the combat either. They made it into a role RPG, like stat wise number stuff. But this is like when they still try to do tons of layers. And the thing about layers is you get diminished return from the player. So it's one of those things which goes back to what makes a game mainstream, is that it has just enough layer of complexity, but elegance in its simplicity to not overcrowd the core mechanics. So things like Osu, there's a core mechanic, and then the layering is there, but it's not overly complicated. So things like, it's great that games like Hi-Fi Rush did pretty well, but it still is going to pale in comparison to the refined, streamlined versions of like a FromSoft game, because Hi-Fi Rush has an extra layer of like a lot of extra layers of complexity, and that can detract from the game. And those things become optional. So when you get to a mainstream game, the person who's buying the game, the 60%, when they buy the game, they feel like, oh, I don't use the system. Why did the devs, you'll start to ask, why did the devs add a feature in my game that is useless to me? And then what it feels like is it cheapens the game. And I've talked about this many times about the Like a Dragon series. They unapologetically do the other way. If you don't use it, that's perfectly fine, but you have to understand that it's there. And there's so many things. You might not play half the mini games if you don't want to, but you don't go into a Like a Dragon series not doing all of it at some point. It's not necessary for success, is kind of the idea. Because if you're not a completionist, you're not going to touch most of these things. I mean, heck, if I were to guess, the vast majority of people that played through Like a Dragon series did not complete all the sub-stories. I'm willing to bet that really easily. That they are sufficient with just finding out what happened in the main story. And actually, the vast majority of players probably didn't go and do all the masters stories by upgrading their abilities and stuff. They find something that works and then they use it. And then go on to throw shade and complain about how simplistic the game is. I think that is valid, based on their experience. But it's far from uh, being like completing this game is a monumental task because depending on when you get these, you come across these things, it might be irrelevant to a challenge other than knowing it's there and applying it after the fact. So it's kind of, you don't need magic if you never encounter magic, for example. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to go to Cafe Alps and I totally overshot it. So like, for example, am I going to use all these weapons? I don't know yet. Because the completion task had me, we had to complete 100% of this. So if there is something in here that causes me to end up using everything, then awesome. But in no way is that even remotely close of interesting, like being interested, you know, be attractive to most players. Like, you're not gonna gather all the gear. Wait, do we have to gather all the gear? We don't have to gather all the gear, but it looks like we have to mod. Oh my gosh. We have to mod all the gear. There's 115. So basically, if we're having to do modding, we have to collect every single weapon in the game. And then mod every single weapon in the game. Oh, and all the defensive items and the accessories. Oh my gosh, this is gonna take a while. This we're doing the hardcores. There's still the hostesses too in this game. We haven't done the hostesses yet. Oh wait, I need to. So we have to go on a collectathon as well. So let's down this. Okay. Made some room. Wait. Okay, so only the foods. So drinks don't provide anything. I see. There it is. There's the dish. We can only consume that. We don't have room for that. This isn't bad at all. What does it do for us? What the heck? It didn't do anything. All it did was offer strength. Wait. What? I thought this was gonna give me something. Oh, we just need to try the dish. Oh, we don't even need to try the dish. We just have to see the cutscene with the dish's introduction. Okay. So there's something I need to look at that's kind of scary right now. I'm a little worried. Just a wee bit worried. And it's that to get all the soul orbs, right? Nah, we'll do that later. Let's not do that. Let's do at least Akiyama's sub stories and Haruka's sub stories. We're still missing 6 sub stories. Technically 5, because the second one in Kiryu's set is Amon. We could try Amon and watch me throw my controller across the room. But that also involves upgrading all our peeps. This game has 5 Amons. I'm pretty confident every single character is going to have an Amon. Because Yakuza 4, all 4 characters had an Amon in a row. It's not quite clear if Haruka is going to be in a row. But I'm pretty confident that there's an Amon for Haruka. So we're talking about 4 bosses in a row at minimum. And they all have their freaking cheese, incredible hot cheese, and I have to get all the characters ready back to back to back. I think Shinada is going to be the worst because I'm just not that proficient with Shinada. I don't really have a groove going with him. So we're going to switch to Akiyama. Wait, actually, we can't change it. We have to dump all the items. Kiryu's. Oh, that's right. We bought those things. They're irrelevant right now. And I bought so many of these is because I want to stack them up. Whenever I'm near a grocery store, I just realized I think this game introduced the... Didn't this game introduce the online shopping app? Oh no, that might be Yakuza 6. No, I forgot. I just realized. We can just order this here. Oh, I'm such a doofus. Wait, hold up. Maybe I can't even order. No, never mind. Just kidding. I can't even order the appetite thing. Get delivery. No, it's not even on this list. Wait. Yeah, it's not even on this list. What the heck? They don't even offer, like, other drugs. Just kidding. I'm not using all the features that are in the game. Alright, alright. Alright, Akiyama. Akiyama, the goat. The man. The legend himself. We emptied all their items because, now all their items are pooled. Okay. We don't need a weapon for Akiyama. We just need the beads. Where are the beads? There they are. No, that's not it. They're like purple. Ish. And then we wear the bell. Just for money. Are you level 20? You're level 18? Okay, let's go get the training gear. I think Akiyama's the last character that isn't level 20. Where's the... I mean, there is Hunger Bell too. I think it just drains our health as we're fighting. What was I doing? Training gear. Where's that training gear at? Gotta get that extra XP. Akiyama's fast though. Shinada takes time. Akiyama puts his foot in people's face very, very efficiently. Alright, now you have to go back to Akiyama's place, city, which is Sotenbori. And I'm guessing that's where we can swap to Haruka. We have to like go back to Sotenbori first. And then swap to her. Since she's not there in the bar. Back to Osaka. No, I don't see a sub-story here. Maybe it's in Kamurocho? I have no idea. Akiyama, Akiyama. Where are your sub stories? Okay. Okay, I see them. Yep. They're in the finale. We're in the finale. And they're in Kamurocho. Chinada's and Saijima's actually stayed in their respective places. Oh, do we get to see Hana-chan? There's one. There's two. Okay, I see the two question marks. Let's go, Akiyama. The man, the legend himself. We have to kick all the people's faces, too. But the two sub-stories will give us some. That's a... That's a Haruka fan. That must be one of Haruka's sub-stories. Oh, hi. Oh, yeah, we gotta listen to this. We gotta listen to this track a little bit. This is like the second OP track. Let me get rid of some of these guys, though. I like how they backed up. By like, I don't like how they backed up immediately. Alright. We gotta at least hear the guitar riff. The da 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 da. Coming up. Bam, bam, bam. Make the crowds walk away. There it comes. Bam, bam, bam. Ow. Got that. And the pianos come in at the top. Makes you want to run too. This is another track that makes you want to go out for a jog. Alright, alright. Dun 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 dun. Da 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 da. Alright. Wow. I like how somehow they managed to see the pause in my rush combo and dodge both sets of rushes. Where the heck? Oh, hi. And somehow that guy swings back faster than the launch strike? Like, dude, come on, game. No way. Ain't no way. Alright. It's up story time. Darn it. What about me is unhip? Oh no. The H word. He said the H word. I know that guy. Do we know that guy? That's right. That's Saito-san? He's a regular at Elise? Oh, I do not recognize. Okay, so this is another character, but only Akiyama recognized because I don't remember this guy. Saida-san. Hmm? Well, if it isn't Elise owner himself. Hello, Akiyama-san. Imagine running into you here. Is there a problem?
Yeah.
It's not so much a problem, but... Akiyama-san, I need you to be honest with me. Yes? Am I really that unhip? I'm sorry? Well, am I? Well... I say so, yeah. So I really am unhip. Why is that? I mean... It's not exactly something I can pinpoint. But there's just something a little off, I think. Well, that doesn't help me. What am I supposed to do? Hold on, hold on. What brought this up? Well, you know how our firm regularly uses your club to entertain clients? Yes, of course. And what do appreciate, and we do appreciate your patronage. I have a confession. I've fallen for one of your hostesses. It's Miyu-chan. Oh no, it's Miyu-chan. It's that line again. Wait. Yeah, this is a throwback. This is a throwback to Yakuza 4. Miyu. Huh. Yep, that was a throwback when he chuckled a little. I can imagine him chuckling just a little bit. Because it's a throwback to one of the guys. I've got the guy's name as well. Maybe this is a repeat. I wanted to get to know her better, so I built up some courage and asked her out. She shot me down. You're just not hip enough for me, she said. I see. So that's what has you down. I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I'm a successful businessman with a top name company. I have a certain level of confidence in myself. Doesn't make you hip. You don't get to choose if you're hip. Someone. Being close to 40, I know I'm a bit old, but I wouldn't say I've lost my looks. The suit I'm wearing is the latest in today's fashion too. Oh, it is. I mean, it's pretty snazzy. Meanwhile, Akiyama is almost 40 too. Well, he's like 30. I'm just gonna guess. He's like 37. 37, 38. Oh no, he might actually be 40. This is Yakuza 5. He's like 30, 36 or 37. Kiryu is 45 right now. I always use Kiryu as the standard to figure out where everyone else's relative age is. True. People in the know would recognize you to be very well off. If she turned me down because she doesn't like me as a person, well, that wouldn't be great either. I could at least come to terms with that. But to say I'm not hip enough, I just don't understand it. Did Miyu say anything else about that?
Yeah.
Actually, I was so stunned by her rejection, I stumbled out of the club without probing any deeper. Pathetic, I know. I see. Akiyama-san, please, can you ask Miyu-chan just why she thinks I'm so unhip? That's honestly out of my hands. If you have a complaint about our service quality, I'm all ears. But if it's a private matter, please, I'm so ashamed by this. If I don't fix it, I won't be able to go to your club ever again. Dang, what to do? He's a loyal customer and a big spender. Turning him down would be bad for business. Alright, sure. I'll have a chat with Miyu. You will? Thank you. Not to hand it to you on your negotiating skills. How could I turn down a regular when they're threatening not to return? Sorry. I'll pop over to the club. Mind waiting here? Of course. Oh boy, another fine mess. You should still be at Elise. Alright. This is a throwback. Time to throw back. Here we go. Is it still the same inside? It looks a lot pinker than it. I thought it was like more purple, like dark red, but now it's like a lot pinker. Miyu, do you have a minute? Oh? Hi, boss. For you? Always. What do you need? Ida's son stopped by earlier, right? Yes, he did. What about it? Well, no sense beating around the bush. What made you turn him down? Are you kidding? He's so not hip. He's a wonderful customer, sure, but to be seen in public together, he's just so unhip, right? You say that, but is that really true? Ida-san wears the latest fashions from all the top brands. He's far better dressed than most guys, wouldn't you say? Not you too, boss. You don't get it either. That's exactly what makes him so unhip. What do you mean? That man's fashion sense. It's, how do I put it? It's like he's a mannequin. So neat and tidy and boring. Well, now that you mention it, he does wear his collar button to the top. Akiyama, meanwhile. Example, Akiyama. I guess he might come across as kind of stuffy. He's so prim and proper, even when he's drinking here. A date would be just so tedious. A serious company man married to his job isn't my idea of fun. I prefer a man who knows how to cut loose and enjoy himself. Okay. So would dressing a little bit more like me help?
Yeah.
In a cheesy suit like that? Huh? You only need a touch of playfulness. And a touch would be how much? Come on, boss. Instead of counting on me to give you all the answers, why don't you do some research on your own? Okay, fine. Studying on fashion. Maybe there's a good magazine at one of the convenience stores. Oh boy. Wow. Miyu just... Did she just throw shade at Akiyama? Is this suit really that cheesy? I think it's fine. Huh. Interesting. Oh, hi, friends. Oh. He's just so much faster than Shinada. It's unreal how fast Akiyama is. He has the flexibility of constantly changing his target, even being that fast. Oops. That's awkward. Hello? Oh, hi. That's a whiff. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. So convenience store, huh? Oh, it tells me which convenience store. Time to get some fashion tips, folks. Uh, 2013 fashion tips. Do I ask the clerk?
いらっしゃいませ。
The answer is no.
ありがとう。
I should be able to find a fashion magazine here. Might give me some useful tips. Let's see. What do they have? Play On, the fashion magazine for grown-up lady killers. This could be the ticket. Just like that. Alright. Ladies love a mature man with a dash of roguish appeal. The point is to dress appropriately and fashionably, but accentuate it with a slight debonair touch. Gee, that's awfully descript. Not. This makes men seem more open and approachable, thereby upping their charm with the ladies. Gaga Milano. Gaga Milano? Is that Giorgi Amano? Just like mixed up? Giorgio Amano? Giorgio Amano? It sounds a lot like Giorgio Amano. But instead they just like mixed up all the letters and have Gaga Milano. Gaga Milano wristwatches. Oh, hey. This is what I'm wearing. This is what I'm wearing. Hana-chan got it for me for my birthday. Like, throwback to Hana-chan. With such a bold design, this thing stands out like a neon sign. I see. Something like that might be all a guy needs to give himself that roguish playboy look without overdoing it. Oh, so the watch. The watch that he's wearing is from Hana-chan. I didn't quite make that connection. Okay. This could be what Mia-chan is looking for. Saida-san needs to hear this. So we just buy him, tell him to go get a incredibly loud watch. Accessorize. What level are you on? Oh, we're close. This is gonna be level 19. Oh, I was about to say, someone else is here? Let's also initiate this sub-story as well. Huh. Pardon me, but... Oh yeah, it's the guy. It's from Daruma. Yeah, we helped this guy earlier. He's like the stand-up guy. The guy like, don't come bossing me around. He's kind of like a Kiryu character. In Sotenbori, in the same game though. Not a throwback, just an arc. Huh. Pardon me, but aren't you the chairman Ueyama-san of Kachikatsu Daruma? Daruma. Man, that name. Yes. You are. How goes it? Hmm? Oh, if it ain't Akiyama-san. Thanks again for your help over in Sotenbori. What brings you up this way? Some coincidence running into you here. Yes. I have to agree. Are you here on business? Yup. I sure have told you before, but I'm trying to conjure up a few new kushikatsu items. Now, new eats to skewer and fry. I thought I could turn specialties from various regions into kushikatsu. So I've been on the road from Osaka to Tokyo, sampling food from just about everywhere. The chairman in person. That's some dedication. Yeah, but nothing really is doing it for me. The way things will going, I could be heading home empty-handed. Hey, I know. Hmm? You look like you got a lot of friends, Akiyama. I don't know about that. I do seem to have acquaintances with pretty colorful backgrounds, though. Well then, some of them must be from other cities with their own local specialties, right? Like you can ask them for me? Hot dog. That's a fourth wall break because every single one is from a different city. Oh, I see. Asking easier than going there. What is he like? He's doing the Tatsuya thing. Those guys weren't really born and raised in other regions, but it wouldn't hurt to ask. Okay, I might have a few people I can prod for ideas. I'll ask them. Much appreciated. In the meantime, I'll be scouting around here. Boy, so much food culture. I would love to go on a food tour in Japan. Alright. I should make him a little like dense sounding. Like, oh hi, Akimo-san. I was getting tired of waiting. Did you find out anything? I did. Hold on. Hold on, Saida-san. That watch you're wearing. It's pretty high end, isn't it? Probably goes for about 1,000,000 yen. Good eye. A watch plays an important role in defining a man's status. That's why I choose this piece here. Highly respected brand, you know? That's just it, Saida-san. Huh? What's just it? That watch. There's no questioning its brand power, and it's obvious a respectable piece of jewelry. I don't doubt it, not one bit. At the same time, it also happens to be a very standard choice. As far as expressing one's own fashion sense goes, it's hardly unique. Huh? Some might even say it's unhip. Oh no. Your fashion sense has no sense of freedom. It's just too perfect. Wealthy or not many women will be drawn to a man who plays things so by the book. Well, fine then. What kind of watch do you suggest I wear? How about this? We'll go to a brand shop now and check out some watches. We can continue this conversation there. Oh, okay, let's do that. All right, good luck. Yeah, this is a throwback to Yakuza 4. It dealt with his clothing too, like his fashion sense and whatnot. The watch I'm wearing appears to be the most expensive one on the market. Man, this guy. Saida-san, comparing price tags won't make it more fashionable. You need to consider the design. Fine. Hey, your watch. That's a pretty unique design. Oh, you noticed. It's a Gaga Milano. A Gaga Milano? Aren't those famous? Yes, a brand that's becoming increasingly popular, especially among pro athletes and entertainers. The watch face design is striking, isn't it? You can kind of see it there. I think it makes a pretty big statement if it was worn alongside some formal business attire. That's right. If I'm wearing a suit, that's formal and reserved. A flashy watch is sure to catch an eye or two. Think about it this way. Even if you're great at your job, you shouldn't have to lose your sense of fun. I mean, look at Akiyama. He wears the same he has worn the same suit for over 5 years. That includes the next 3 years because we see him back with the same suit. I mean, you could be Kiryu and wear the same suit for over 10 years. Let me ask you, do you ever find people who are super committed to their jobs to be a little too much so? As if they have no time for anything but their job? R- Right, I get it now. What I lacked was a sense of fun. I was too much of a stuffed shirt. I'll buy this watch and try to show my fun side. I think it's just gonna buy Akiyama's watch that Han-chan gave him. Fair enough. Yeah, that is a striking faceplate. I can't believe I'm wearing something this flashy. I've worn clothes so conservative all my life. I feel like a new man. Great. Now that you're feeling it, why don't you go try asking Mew out again? Huh? What's wrong? You know how I use your club to entertain clients? Yes. I've never been there in my private time. I could never work up the courage to go on my own. Huh? What are you talking about? It's no different than when you go on business. Business and private situations are completely different though. Miyu would think of me as some pervy old man if I were to come in by myself. What the heck? Ida-san? Wonder the guy's no hit with the ladies. Ugh! You claimed that women go for mature men with a little bit of a bad side. I guess they're not too far off the mark. Saida-san. Yes? You're missing something. What's that? Come with me, and I'll show you. Yeah, this is the whole 9 yards, even like the advice and stuff. Here, you might want to read this. Okay. Hmm. Mature men with a dash of bad boy? I get it now. Women like this kind of thing? 2013, maybe? That's exactly it. What were you... What you were missing was that dash of wickedness. You mean that thing about roguish appeal? That's it. Of course. That doesn't mean you should actually be wicked or evil or anything. Don't you think there are times when a guy can afford to show off his bad side a little? On a logical level, women seek stability, but on an instinctual level, they are often attracted to danger. Lots of women seek a little more than just honesty and decency. The dangerous side of men. I get it now. Do you though? Do you? Oh no. He's starting to look like Akiyama. Thanks for everything, Akiyama-san. I'm going to ask Miyu out again. Excellent. I'm sure you'll succeed this time. Alright? This is a deep cut because I used to always button up my shirt. Even on polos, I would button all the way up. I wear a lot of button shirts. But just the unbuttoning, that's kind of funny. Don't you do it. I better swing by at least. Let's see how well our guy did. Let's see how well our guy did. Alright. Right, we gained a level. Earn more experience when you finish off a guy with... Okay. drunk. He has the drunk stuff. I don't know how I feel about that. Gotta kick some butt. Oh, should we wait for the riff? Yeah. Coming up. Done it. Done it. Done it. And then the piano said ding 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 on the higher scale. Ooh. When you crank that stuff up though, go on a jog, just blast that thing, block all your sound out and just play this track and run until your heart gives up. Well, not really like literally, but run until you can't run anymore. Close your eyes and just, well, try not to fall over, but one of those things, man. Oh wait, he's standing right in front of the door. I'm not. No, I want to save this for later, or. Yuiko? Oh, it's you, sir. Hey, Yuiko. John, you getting the hang of running the club yet? Oh, we have a new manager. To be frank, it's not going all that great, sir. We've been losing a lot of customers lately. I mean, just look. It's totally dead in here. Yikes. So they replaced the manager from Yakuza 4. Yeah, this doesn't look good. Any idea what the problem is? Honestly, Kamurocho just isn't popular right now. Rampaji and Genza are all the rage. And once we lose our customers to another city, it's difficult to get them back. Sounds like a tough situation to fix. Also, we just don't have very good girls. The ones who were even the slightest bit popular all got snatched away by better clubs. Wait, what? And you just let that happen? What was I supposed to do? I could only pay them so much, and the girls want to go where they want. They have more clients to pick from. Dang, well, I assume you're looking for new girls to be part of our lineup, right? Of course, sir. It's just that Kamurocho's sort of Dullsville these days, so finding the right girls isn't as good as it used to be. So you haven't found anyone at all. I did find one girl. She's a real diamond in the rough, this one. I'm sure I'll be a big asset for her. She'll be a big asset for us. She's still in training is the thing. I've been very hands-on with her, but she's not ready for prime time just yet. I see. So you're telling me is that our current lineup of girls suck? Basically, yes. Well, darn. I can't scour the town to find girls if there aren't even any around. Actually, sir, how about that? I have an idea. Oh? Well, if scouting around Kamurocho isn't going to get us anywhere, maybe you could go to a different city and look around there. Come on, that's just... Well, maybe you're right. That might be our best and only option. We need girls who are ready to go ASAP, and preferably ones who are already doing good business for their clubs. Alright. What other cities do you have in mind? Oh, I get it. That's why all the guys, like, all the guys have a hostess. They have to go to all their respective cities and interact with the one hostess. And then you have to bring all the hostess back to Kamurocho. But they, oh man, but they don't end up, they're probably not the hostesses that are in Yakuza 6. Ooh, that would have been great if that's what they did. But I doubt it. Because Club Elise is not around anymore. And Sky Finance is not around either in Yakuza 6. All the big cities? Of course, it'd be Fukuoka, Sapporo, Osaka, and Nagoya, which are the 4 cities that the guys are in. Places like that. I hear ya. Still, poaching popular girls from other clubs is easier said than done. Well, sure, if you just go into the club and offer them a new job, the staff's gonna throw you right out and there and then and there. What do I do then? You woo them. Ah, geez, sir. Get to know them personally and then negotiate with them on the down low. Just ask them if they want to come visit Tokyo. It sounds like it'll take forever. I mean, I can maybe work on one girl like that, but I can't be everywhere at once. I need help. I suppose so, sir. But the idea does have some merit, I'll admit. If I know someone who's hitting up any of those other cities, I'll let you know. I knew I could count on you, sir. In the meantime, I'll do what I can with the club on my end. That's the spirit. I knew I hired you as a manager for a reason. Hehe. Guess you saw my limitless potential, sir. Oh, speaking of which, keep working on this diamond in the rough you found too, yeah?
Hi.
And then there's a 5th hostess that gets unlocked after you recruit 4. Of course, you can count on me. Obviously, Haruka doesn't have a host. Popular hostesses from other cities, huh? I should ask folks over at New Sedina. So both his sub-stories, or one of his sub-stories, his final sub-story, and his, like, Elise thing is dependent on the other 4 characters. Or the other 3 characters, including himself. That's kind of nice. I like it. It's like what they did with Kiryu in Yakuza 4, where they did like a bunch of throwback, combine all the characters' efforts. Alright, how did our man do though? Akiyama-san. Saida-san. Looks like things went well. Oh, yes, they did. I'm going on my dream date with Mia-chan after her shift. And it's all thanks to your advice. Oh no, I just passed on what I read in Leon. I'm going on a date with a hostess that makes me feel a little like a little bad feel like a little like a bad boy. Feel a little like a bad boy? Okay. Huh. Sounds like you got a lot of confidence. Gained a lot of confidence. Consider me your customer for life. This is hardly adequate, but please take it. A durable cloth. Amazing. Whoops. It's almost time. I'll be going now. He gave me a durable cloth. Honestly, I didn't expect things to work out so well too. These ladies really do like the older bad boys after all. That's a deep cut because every single male character you play is a old bad boy in like a Dragon series. Pretty much every single, yeah, every single male character you play, except one, possibly. You could argue that Tanemura more is a pretty boy, like a pretty young boy. He's the youngest of all the mainline characters. All the other guys are, they're approaching their middle age. Way beyond hostess range. hostesses, without a few, considering a few exceptions, they're between as the median, like the mid is like 19. You can get as young as 18, and as old, there's a one that I think was 29, but most of them are around 21 to 23. So there's at least 10 years apart from most of the mainline male characters. They're at least 10 years older. 31%. Can we get 22%? 30? Can we make it? So we have to ask the guys stuff. Free from a. So I just go. Maybe they already have stuff. Let's find out. I know I ate with Kiryu. I sorta ate something with Saijima. I barely ate anything with Akiyama in Sotenberi. Whoops. Whoops. Someone's still up? Okay. Okay, well, I guess we can see what they have to offer. I still need 15,000 XP. If I had to guess, Kiryu's gonna mention the Mentaikos from Mentaiko. Oh, yeah, it just happens. So Kiryu's probably gonna mention Mentaiko from Fukuoka. Shinada is gonna mention some sort of chicken thing. Saijima? I don't know what Sukumino is known for. There's the whole lamb kebab thing, but I don't the lamb thing, but I don't think so. So we'll see. Hey there, guys. I talk to you all about something. Some of you know this already, but in addition to my primary business of being a moneylender, I also run a cabaret club called Elise. Oh man, for real? Sweet. I wish I could make bank at my day job and have a side gig too. Well, the truth is, business isn't so great. I may have to shut down the club soon. Tough break. So, what do you want to talk to us about? I need to find girls who are ready and willing to work at Elise at a moment's notice. Oh, this is for the Elise thing. But with the recession, there's no one to hire. We can't find any girls in or around Kamurocho who fit the bill. So, you're up. You're up a crap creek then. I've heard rumors, but man, that's rough. I heard lots of folks are leaving Tokyo to look for work in Nagoya too. And that's exactly my point, Shinada-san. Wait, what'd I say? If there are no top-tier hostesses to find in Kamurocho, then we need to get them from somewhere else. My plan is to scout the whole country and snag the #1 hostess in each of the big cities. Good one. You put a lot of thought into this, huh? I see. But if that's your plan, why aren't you out there busting your butt scouting right now? Well, I can't exactly scour the whole country by myself, you know. The club would go kaput before I made anywhere near enough progress. So, I need your help. Come again? Say what now? Just hear me out. Kiru-san can take Fukuoka, and Saejima-san can do Sapporo, and Shinada-san, you have Nagoya. And I'll do Osaka. We've all spent time in those places, right? I figure each of us would know a fair bit about the cities than the average person. I get what you mean, but I think you're asking quite a lot of us. We didn't come down today just so we could sign up to be your personal talent scouts. I get it, but if you have time and inclination, please consider helping me out. All I'm asking is if you happen to go back to those places, just keep me in mind. Think about it this way. If you visit a cabaret club in your city and happen to find the right girl, maybe try to persuade her to visit Tokyo. What's that even mean? The right girl. Well, you're asking these girls to leave their lives behind to come to Tokyo, so you'll need to get to know them personally. You mean like know her? Well, I was trying to be subtle. Of course, if you're already on good terms with a girl, even better. That way you can invite her as soon as possible. If nothing else, I just need them for some temp work. Once my club is making good money again, they can go back to their old lives. So, assuming you strike the right chord with a girl out there, they'll have your job waiting for you at least. Alright, I'm with you. I'm happy about the city having lost its edge myself. I want to help Kamurocho get back to what it once was. Thanks, Kiryu-san. Guess I can't really say no. I owe you big for your help with the money, Akiyama. Hey, you just leave it to me. As a top-notch adult entertainment journalist, I'll bring you the best hostess out there. Saejima-san, Hinata-san, thank you. Thank you all. Now then, let's all hit up our respective turfs and go find some hostesses. That's cute. That's a really cute one. Oh, and then now I have to ask them for the specialties. So, pardon me, gents. A moment at a time. Man, Akiyama's just like milking the boys for information. What is it? You need something? Yeah, what's up? They're just awkwardly standing in those positions. Well, you see, huddle back together. And so I was hoping you hit you three up for ideas on regional specialties that might be good as deep fried skewers. Regional specialties, huh? I didn't pay much attention to when I was down south. I was on the Eum? The Eum? The lamb? The lamb? Without a B? Wasn't doing much dining out. I'm always hurting for cash. I can't afford to eat all that. Wow, yeah, that's true. All those are really good points. For the three of them. It really checks out. Guess I picked the wrong panel of experts. Well, nothing I can do about it now. I promised a man, so allow me to at least get your opinions. Mind if I start with you, Kiryu-san? Alright. Kiryu-san, you were in Nagasukai, Fukuoka, right? Were there any local specialties you recommend? Let me think. It's Mentaiko. Mentaiko, I say. It was a shop famous for the spicy fish rolls in Nagasukai, too. Oh, I see. That's rather intriguing, actually. I'm curious as to what it would taste like as a kushikatsu. Thank you, that's quite a noteworthy suggestion. Or I don't know what Saejima is gonna suggest. Okay, Saejima-san, can I ask you for your input? Sure. Saejima-san, you spent time in Hokkaido's Tsukimino, which is known for its many local specialties. What might you recommend? Well... rabbit and bear? What the... I think salmon's pretty safe. Tsukimino? Yeah. Yeah. How about salmon? Huh? Saejima-san, weren't you up in the mountains? Yeah, but there's a river close by. Folks smoke them to get them through the winter. It was pretty good. No wonder bears like him so much. That's kind of a funny thought. I see, salmon, huh? That does sound good. As far as rice balls go, I'm definitely partial to salmon. Okay. Hope that helps. Indeed it does. Thank you. Sure. And then we know chicken. Like maybe fried chicken or something, like some karage specific type of chicken, maybe. Last but not least, Shinada-san, can I get your input too? Sure, sure. But I don't know much. I don't know much. Help, Albie. I don't know much. Help, Albie? There's a missing word there. Nonsense. You were in Kanaicho, in Nagoya, right? What local specialty comes to mind? Let's see. It's chicken wings. How about chicken wings? I bet they'd be a good fit for kushikatsu. Very true. I don't quite know how they would stick wings on skewers, but there's no doubt they'll be great fried. It's very helpful. Thank you. And that's it. We kind of figured that it'd be those things. Okay, that's it from everyone. Appreciate your cooperation. I may hit you up again for more ideas later, though. Sure. Okay. Anytime. Alright. I think those are it. I don't... The other choices, they kind of made it pretty obvious that it's not the other choices. It's definitely not the other choices. Maybe Saejima. See, if it was deer, then I would double take, but it said rabbit and bear, which that's not a double take. This track is so good. It goes so hard in the beginning. Holy heck. Just climaxes. It teases you with the sudden ominous shift. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Sorry, I gotta hear this part again. This doesn't get old. Personally, my jam right now. Yes, yes, yes. And his combos, his rush combos also have a delay on them that you can use to your advantage. And all his attacks hit grounded. Most of his attacks hit grounded units. Just speeds things up. Alright, let's see what he says. Chairman Uema-san. Ueyama-san. Ah, Kiryu-san, how's it going? Rustle up any ideas for some new kushikatsu items? Yes. I spoke with some acquaintances who have been living in Fukuoka, Hokkaido, and Nagoya. Great. And my Fukuoka acquaintance suggested mentaiko, spicy fish roll. Mentaiko, huh? That's a good one. Oh, good. Here's hoping it works. Next, my acquaintance from Hokkaido suggested salmon. Ah, yes. Salmon. That does sound good for frying on a skewer. I'm surprised he doesn't have it already. Yeah, salmon's pretty tasty, isn't it? I'm glad you like the idea. Although 2013, I wonder how popular salmon was in 2013. It's not actually that long ago that salmon really super trended upward in Japan. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Because I know a little bit. It was the breakthrough was in 1995. Yeah, I remember. It was during my lifetime when salmon breakthrough happened in Japan. Although this is well after though. It's before the turn of the 21st century. And finally, my Nagoya acquaintance suggested chicken wings. Chicken wings. That makes sense. Yes, I'm sure that'll work just fine. I think so too. Wouldn't you work? I'm glad you like the idea. Are we good? That's about all I have for you. Well, I'll take what you told me and mull it over. Appreciate the help. And where is he running off to? No? There's still more? Huh. Alright, where's that punk at? Where's that punk at? I saw that yelling. Come here, punk. Wait, you're Yakuza? You don't look like Yakuza. Where's that uniform? Oh, okay, well, there are some guys with uniforms. Where is the dude? I couldn't see you. Am I supposed to, like... I guess I could just, like... walk in the arcade and walk back out? Oh no. I'm scared because we have to start doing arcade stuff soon. I wonder which titles they included. I know we already did the Taiko thing. Oh, we might have done some of this stuff. The guy's not back. Man, we didn't even get to Haruka today. Because we're about to, in another half an hour, we're gonna change gears and continue our, resume our MSQ run in Yakuza Like a Dragon. Oh, I needed to like leave the area and then come back. All right, my man's back. What was his name? Ueyama? Yeah, Ueyama. Meanwhile, everyone and their mothers are getting in the way. Don't worry though. We're gonna start farming some percentages right quick in this game. We want to keep it to like at least 10% a day. I think we gotta go hard, pretty hard. After the sub-stories. Akiyama-san, we did it! We got our new menu items. Ah. Oh, that's great to hear. What are they, if I may ask? I was just about to say, we decided to go with mentaiko, salmon, and chicken wings. Well, there you go. Akiyama-san, your advice was spot on in every way. Thank you so very much. Oh, all the ideas worked. That's great. Akiyama-san, I owe you so much for what you've done, what you said to joining me at my company. That's an attractive offer, but if my business ever goes under, I'll definitely look you up. Haha. Nah, you're way too on top of things. I doubt we'll see the day. In 3 years' time, not really on top of things. It's not that much, but think of it as a little show of my appreciation. Thank you kindly. Alright. Fair enough. Okay. Alright. I gotta get going. Come eat with us again soon. That weird smile. He is an energetic one. He just pieces out right away. So we completed the sub-story. I think that's the Bob email for the sub-story completion. Oh yeah, right. Bob's not here anymore. Bob's not in this one. It's just a convenience store. Wait, is Bob in here? No. Yeah, they ditched Bob too. Huh. Yakuza 5 doesn't have Bob around. I guess we can try for Haruka's 5 sub-stories. Alright, let's go back to Osaka. Can you guys please Why do you have to be reasonable and walk down the middle of the walking area and not the sides? Come on, guys. Can't you choose a lane? Really, lady? Holy heck. Ba, ba, ba. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Wait, I was close enough to the wall? What the heck? Oh, he's the last guy. One more battle. And we can put on the beats. Oh, hey, rich man. Gotta bop him one. Come here. Come here, dude. Oh, oh, okay. I was gonna say like, oh, my bad. Just like shove him. Oh, that wasn't enough XP. What the heck? His office is the changing spot, so we actually went the wrong way. That's fine. Someone yell coward? I need a goober. I need one last goober to slap around. What happened to these goobers? What the heck? Where are you, goobers? What? Oh, okay, Victory Road? That's fine. The other track. There it is. We got the clear on the achievement. Raise all characters level 20. And then the Mita thing though. Oh, we probably have to do them too. Okay. Let's put on the beats. And we gotta zone in and then zone back out. Do we eat here? Oh wait, it's his shop, right? Forgot, this is his. Does he have the new stuff? There it is. There are the new items. Fitting it, huh? Very fitting. Here are the new dishes. Alright, now we have no encounters. We're done with our encounter life. Other than having the trouble of running into NPCs. Oh, there's a new Victory Road guy. Is that the same guy? Well, we're not doing Victory Road yet. It's just a whole nother thing. Gotta see if we can swap here. Yeah, we'll stop here and then switch gears. Didn't quite get. Yeah, okay. Yep. Haruka is maxed out. So no? Wait. Did I screw up? Oh no, did I really screw up? Oh no. Say it ain't so. Oh, okay. Wait. Do I need to go to a different place? Maybe I need to go to Dynachair or something? Oh no. Okay. I guess. I guess that's fine. So we can't actually complete everything. We can't do Haruka. We needed to complete Haruka at the last moment. Yeah, we're not gonna backtrack on that. So we'll do the Amon encounter in Premium Adventure, but then all the sub stories are just gonna reset in New Game Plus on Legend. I guess that's fine. So we're just not taking the golden gun. Do we even need it? Not really. Except for maybe Shinada, but I was kind of gonna use the golden gun to make Shinada's thing less of a drudge, but fair enough. So we can't actually switch to Haruka. That was what I was worried about last time when I was getting into the finale. So we just finish up in Premium Adventure. I hope. Oh no. Now I gotta confirm this. Uh Oh, I think I done goofed. Uh, yeah, I think I done goofed. Um, so, hmm. So there are things I am unable to do now because of Haruka. And how would that affect? Oh man. So how would that? Oh no, no, no. This is bad. This is really bad. I don't know how far this is going to take us back. Oh no, it's going to take us back. Uh, well, let's see what we can do, I guess. I guess the only concern I have right now is does premium adventure, I need to know if premium adventure carry over sub story. Uh, look, okay, a very important thing. Premium, uh, let's see, sub stories. You should be able to finish. Okay, you should be able to finish the two Haruka sub stories in premium adventure, but 5 is the outlier in the series where you can't do a new game plus from a premium. If you want to start a new game carrying over your existing inventory and stats, you should take care of this before the final battle. Yeah, that's fine. As long as we don't have to complete. Yeah, so I can do, yeah. Well, that's the way we're gonna do it. No, that's fine. Man. Okay. We're still fine. It's not gonna be the way I thought it was gonna be. I should have double checked. Wait. Yeah, no, that's way too much. We're backtracking like 3 days. That's like we're backtracking like 14 plus hours. That's probably not gonna happen. Yeah, this game has a little stipulation that anything done in Premium Adventure doesn't carry to New Game Plus. But not that's okay. We'll complete most of the things in Premium Adventure. And then just do the sub story, just do the victory lap with whatever we can maximize here. It's not going to be too big of a deal. So, food stuff, 568 food stuff. I can't believe that. That's incredible. Uh, we only completed 6 of the 29 minigame stuff. What the? Yeah, this stuff we can't do. Like, we can't complete this print circle stuff, basically. Because Haruka is inaccessible now. So everything with Haruka is inaccessible. There's so much stuff. Okay, alright, alright. It's fine. Oh, I'm gonna have to think of a plan and work that out. Man. Oh, I should have saw that coming. Alright. Time to switch gears. That concludes Yakuza 5 for now. I think the goal, since now we're locked out of Kiryu's sub-story, basically we're locked out of Amon fights until Premium Adventure. And it's time. We're gonna, I mean, I guess we can still do the one sub-story that Kiryu has, but we're doing all the mini games now. So all the the crazy, so we gotta farm, I'm gonna say reasonably, we want to add at least 10% each day. 10% in like 4 hours. Every 4 hours add 10%. Ah, that's rough. That really, oh, okay. All right, time to switch gears. Such an oddball